Hello, everybody. This is card guy Chris Ellis with Collectible Chris, and we are going to talk about the NL West.
And as of today, days before the All Star break, the Dodgers are leading with 56 wins and 30 losses, arguably the best team in the National League. Second is San Diego with 50 wins and 39 losses. The Giants are still above 500 in third place with 44-42. And Arizona and Colorado are actually tied dead last with 39-49.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the people that we like to collect out of these teams and people to look for. We'll start with the Dodgers.
Of course, I grew up liking Kershaw, so Kershaw is a big guy that I like collecting, and most of his cards are still affordable. The only one that's really hard to get, if you're trying to get a good rookie card to afford it, is going to be his 2008 Tops. I'm still trying to get that card actually. Freddie Freeman, of course, with him being a former Brave and just him still being a great, complete player, a great, respectable player, you can just love him.
Yeah, for me, it's Freeman because he was a Brave and still a very likable and good player. Um, Also, I collect Gavin Lux, who's having a good rebound season from the last couple of years, hitting over 300 right now. Um, so those are two that I definitely collect. Um, Next team we're going with.
San Diego. I like Yu Darvish. I thought he was a great player when he started with the Rangers. Great control guy, and he's just a killer. Of course, you can never go wrong in getting Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis. I actually got this Mint 9 rookie card off of eBay. Got it for $10.
Yeah, and for me, I collect Machado. Have since he was a rookie or before. Um, he was a rookie with the Orioles, and then you got Tatis, of course, and then you got. I collect Darvish. I've collected Darvish since he was a Ranger. Next team we're going with.
The Giants. Unfortunately, I don't collect anyone currently. Buster Posey, of course, with him retiring before the start of the season, he's still a great guy to collect, considering he was one of the best catchers in his 10-year span. Like three World Series out of 5 years. Like that's still highly impressive. That was just a complete team. A couple guys that you should collect too, though, is Brendan Crawford and Brandon Bell. They're just complete hitters, and it's just insane what they do as a team. So you can't go wrong with anyone from the Giants as well.
Giants for me, collecting wise, like collect Mike Yastrzemski. I collect Joey Bart. So I collect those two. Of course, um, collect Buster Posey still. Um, so those are the three right there. Um, Next team.
Is the Arizona Diamondbacks. Unfortunately, with Arizona, I don't collect as much Arizona players like I used to because I collected Greinke. I still collect Randy Johnson cards when he was for the Diamondbacks. But a rookie card that everyone should be focused on is Alec Thomas. I think he's a good, solid player for his rookie season. He hits the ball with contact, and he's a good defender as well. So I would look for Alec Thomas rookie cards.
Yeah, right now, I mean, you don't got the household names like you do with all the other teams. I mean, Marte is a good one to look at.
Oh
Um, you also got Baumgartner's there still, so you got him to look at. So those are a couple. I mean, they're one of those teams that are, the rebuild, but they still can like give you a hard time playing. And next.
and the other team, Colorado Rockies. I'm a huge Charlie Blackman fan. I collect him. He's just a great player. One of my favorite swings, honestly, of a player today. Just with that quick release that he has. Of course, Trevor Story was in Colorado. I still collect him, even though he's with Boston. So Charlie Blackman for me.
Um, Colorado's got a good young team. They got Chris Bryant. They signed for free agency. You got C.J. Cron. Um, you got you know Gray has had a pretty good decent year with not Gray. Trying to think of who. Because Gray's now with Texas. But they have had some good, teams in the past. It's just planning cores is very difficult and not easy to do. So from there, we will talk about our who we got for our mid-season awards for the NL West, and we will start with.
MVP. This is gonna be weird because my MVP is actually from one of the low teams. I'm gonna go with CJ Cron. He leads the division in home runs and RBIs. He has more RBIs and home runs than Machado and Betts. If you want to go for clear MVP between Betts or Machado, I will go for Machado. But CJ Cron to me is a better complete player. So right now I got Cron with Colorado.
Okay, my MVP pick is Machado. I don't think the Padres will be even sniffing, where they're at without him because Tatis is still hurt. They still don't know when he's completely coming back. So I'm going with Machado on that one. Cy Young?
Cy Young, I'm actually going with Joe Musgrove from San Diego. And Musgrove is 8-2 with a 2.09 ERA. And he also has 98 strikeouts. Just a complete pitcher. Of course, I would be biased to say Kershaw, but Kershaw hasn't had the year that he's supposed to because he's not getting run support. Joe is just managing his control way better than he has the past few years. Joe Musgrove, that's my Cy Young.
For me, it's a guy that's undefeated and 11-0. I know some people don't care about the wins anymore, but he's also has a pretty low ERA, and that'd be Tony Gonsolin. I'm picking him for the NL West Cy Young front runner. Okay.
Rookie. The NL West really doesn't have any players coming up and really doesn't have a lot of rookies. So the one I'm going to focus on is the Diamondbacks guy, Alek Thomas. He has 7 home runs, 22 RBIs, and a 250 batting average. Pretty good for a rookie, though, with a team that is not doing so well.
All right, my rookie of the year for midseason is someone that's playing shortstop since Fernando Tatis is not there, and that'd be C.J. Abrams. He's playing a good defensive shortstop. Doesn't have as much of the power numbers or flair as Tatis Jr., but C.J. Abrams has been playing a good shortstop, so we're going to go with him. Who you got next, Jay?
Manager of the year. I'm going with Bob Melvin with San Diego because considering the year that they had last year, they are such a better team at this time. Of course, with the loss of Tatis, it hurts. But if Tatis was definitely with the team, I think they would have been the best team in the league, especially with how their pitching is. Bob has really turned the ball club around, considering that they were at a 4.09 win percentage last year. So them being the second best team in the NL West, Bob.
I'm going to go with the manager of the leading team in the division. I'm going to go with Dave Roberts. I think he just pushes all the right buttons for the Dodgers. Even if they have a little bit of a losing streak, he still gets the most out of his team. That team should not lose. I mean, it's got an all-star team, but you still have to manage and put the right people in the right places. Go ahead, CJ.
All right, so comeback player of the year, I'm gonna be a little bit surprising because he has fallen a little bit into the slump lately. I'm going with San Diego's Luke Voit, a player that I still collect since he was a Yankee. Voit did turn it around hitting wise, and then he's been driving in the runs needed. He has struck out a little bit more compared to last year, but production-wise, he's been effective.
Okay, and for me, I'm going to go with a guy I collect. I think he's having a good turnaround season, and he might have to get out of L.A. just to be able to play every day because just the way the Dodgers have so many players is Gavin Lux. He's hitting over 300, so he's having a very good year. So let's just say that Gavin Lux would definitely be my comeback player of the year. So It looks like the Dodgers have the awards for the NL West, except for the MVP and the rookie for me. So right now we're going to talk about this year's All Star game that's going to be held in LA at Dodger Stadium. Um, there are 30 or more first timers at this All Star game, which is pretty good, showing the talent of the the next generation of ball players. So that's good. Um, the Yankees got a good amount of American League. So did the Astros. The Astros had to replace one of their players. Alvarez won't be able to play. We're expecting more players, either pitchers probably from starting this weekend, might not be able to play in the game either. Um, we're thinking also the National League. There's a lot of players that are deserving, but not everybody can make it. Max Fried pitches this weekend, so I think Kyle Wright might get added to the team from the Braves. Austin Riley, of course, is a name that third base is just a tough position. I mean, you got Machado, you got Nolan Arenado. You know, it's kind of hard to so right now, CJ, you want to go through the starters of the two teams?
Yeah. So the American League, we have Alejandro Kirko for the Blue Jays, catcher. Again from the Blue Jays, first baseman Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Second base, Astros Jose Altuve. Third base, Rafael Devers for the Red Sox. Shortstop, Tim Anderson from the White Sox. Outfield, two Yankees, Judge and Stanton, along with Mike Trout from the Angels. And DH, of course, Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. For the National League starters, we got Wilson Contreras from the Cubs. And, of course, his brother is going to be his backup, which is great.
Actually, his brother's going to be DHing. So
DHing now? Oh, yeah, because Harper is out due to injury. That's right. And remember, brothers for the first time since 1992 being in the same All-Star game, which is awesome. First baseman Paul Goldschmidt with the Cardinals, hands down agree with that. Jazz, how do you say his name? Chisholm from the Marlins, great player, great year with the Marlins. Third baseman Manny Machado for the Padres. Shortstop Trey Turner for the Dodgers. Outfield is going to be Acuna for the Braves, Betts with the Dodgers, and Jock Peterson for the Giants. DHing, of course, is going to be William Contreras, since Harper is going to be out. The reserves for the American League, Jose Trevino from the Yankees, being the backup catcher. Infield, they got Luis Arias from the Twins, Sander Bogarts from the Red Sox, Jose Ramirez from the Guardians, and Andreas Gimenez from the Guardians as well. Outfield, George Springer for the Blue Jays, Byron Buxton from the Twins, Andrew Benintendi from the Royals, Kyle Tucker from the Astros, and the rookie Julio Rodriguez from the Mariners. So very happy that he got that. Jordan was supposed to be the DH, but he's missing it due to injury. So JD Martinez from the Red Sox is replacing him. For the National League, representing the Braves, Travis Denaro, catcher. Infield, Nolan Arenado. Cardinals, Pete Alonso. Mets, Jeff McNeil. CJ Cron from the Rockies. Dansby Swanson from the Braves. Outfield, Kyle Schwarber, still having a monster year with Philly. Juan Soto with the Nationals. Starling Marte for the Mets, which I think he definitely deserves. Ian Happ for the Cubs. And since Contreras is DHing for Harper, Garrett Cooper will be the backup from the Marlins. And I believe they're also going to honor Albert Pujols at the All-Star game.
Well, Pujols and Cabrera are both in the game.
Okay.
They've been added by the commissioner.
Okay.
So, and Pujols will be competing in the home run derby. So, that's going to be interesting because also Acuna is going to compete. So is Alonso. So he's going to try to become the first 3 straight time champion. So it's going to be very interesting. Now, of course, there are some names. Everybody's got names that are left off and stuff. And you know.
Oh, I didn't even go through the pictures, did I?
Well, you can if you want to, real quick.
American League pitchers: Shane Clanahan from the Rays, Nestor Cortez from the Yankees, Alek Manoah from the Blue Jays, Framber Valdez from the Astros, Martin Perez from the Rangers, Paul Blackburn from the Athletics, Justin Verlander from the Astros, Garrett Cole from the Yankees, two-way player Shohei Ohtani, Clay Holmes from the Yankees, Emmanuel Class from the Guardians, Gregory Soto from the Tigers, Jorge Lopez from the Orioles, and from the National League, Clayton Kershaw from the Dodgers, Sandy Alcantara from the Marlins, Corbin Burns from the Brewers, which I fully agree on, Louis Castillo from the Reds, Max Fried from the Braves, Tony Gonsolin from the Dodgers, Joe Musgrove from the Padres, Edwin Diaz from the Mets, Josh Hader from the Brewers, but he will miss game on the bereavement list. Ryan Helsley from the Cardinals, David Benner from the Pirates, Joe Timpley from the Diamondbacks, and Carlos Rodon from the Giants is the one that's replacing Hader.
Yeah. So that's the pitching's pretty stacked. I'm hoping with the Verlander and Gosselin, I think those two would be good to start.
Oh yeah, I mean anyone from that list really can be a good starter. I think most people on the team definitely deserves the All-Star vote, so you can't go wrong with anyone. The only person I have questions about is Soto, just because of his batting average. He's a great power hitter, no question about it. But if his batting average was up, I would full on agree. But
that's one player I shake my head at, going he would make it regularly if he was having a great his usual year, but his batting average is so low that I could easily put other people ahead of him. I mean, we could put, if you wanted to, you could put Austin Riley in left field because he's played it before. So I mean, it's not hard. So, but that's like every year. You got people that don't make it, and unfortunately, we got some. I mean, the Braves are taking 5 players. Yankees are taking some players. Astros are taking players. So I mean, and then you got some teams like Baltimore who's taking Lopez, who's having a great year relieving. So, and plus they're now a game above 500, which means every team in the AL East is over 500. So.
And of course, Adley Rutschman also helping out. I'm just glad that at least one rookie made it. Well, technically 2 rookies made it to the All-Star game with Julio Rodriguez, who is definitely deserving. I think Bobby Witt should have gotten another vote, especially the way he's been doing. At least one team, at least each team should have at least one All-Star. Really. The only team really that to me couldn't really get someone would be the Athletics. I think you can make a case for Diamondbacks bullpen at least, but the Bobby Witt should have gone in. Alek Manoah, I'm glad he got in since I'm vouching for Manoah since our first comparison with the AL East. So, like, it's a great year. And, of course, Jazz from the Marlins, like, he's definitely deserving. I feel like De La Cruz should have gotten a few more votes than he should have with his play, especially his doubles. Yes, Matt Olson has more doubles, but at the same time, De La Cruz also has some stolen bases.
Yep. So, I mean, there it goes. I mean, next week we'll have, the All-Star game already been played. The second half of the season, because basically the second half of the season's actually started for most teams either this week or last week. So we'll be past the 81 game threshold, but the unofficial second half of the season start next week. And we'll have the NL Central, which is going to be interesting. There's a few more rookies in the NL Central we'll be talking about. I mean, you got the Cardinals, you got teams that are very collectible in the Cardinals and the Cubs.
And also the number 1 draft pick from the Pirates last year, Henry Davis, who has a prospect card in Donruss. So y'all could get your hands on some of my Darwin's product. That'll be a good prospect card to get.
So yeah, you got him. You got to get O'Neill Cruz. You got Key Brian Hayes for Pittsburgh. You got
The true comeback story and the Central as well with the player in St. Louis, and I'm not talking about Pujols or Melita.
so yeah, it's just so next week will be that. So also be on the lookout. I will be on the Monday Night Huddle with Matt from Hot Box Cards. So that'd be great. And this man right here can always be found on TikTok at Collectible Chris. So you got anything else going on?
Matt, I just want to say huge shout out to Hotbox. I'm sorry I haven't been getting some hot boxes. Don't make enough money right now, but just want to say thank you for the invite. So big shout out to you and Hotbox Cards. Always a great subscription if y'all haven't gotten it. At least get one. That way you can feel the experience. Matt, try to put a little bit more red envelopes. Just saying. I'm glad I got 3.
All right. So I mean, for us, that'll be it. Everybody have a good day, and we will see you next week.